Welcome, friends, to the channel again, and I hope you guys are all doing well. Today we are starting with Return to Moria. Now, this is a game that I have played a fair amount of, to say the very least. Uh, this is probably the one game that I've put a lot of effort into in terms of completing 100%, in terms of achievements and stuff. And we've played, as you can probably see just behind this menu here, you can see that there's already a couple other doors in the background. So anyway, without further ado, let us get on in. We're going to customize our dwarf here. So, like I said, this is Return to Moria. It's based in the Lord of the Rings universe, well after the Fellowship of the Ring and the War of the Ring, and it's quite a fun adventure. But I won't spoil too much. I'll leave the rest for you guys to have a look at. There we go. That looks nice. What about that? Yeah, that's decent. I think we want something a little bit more, messy. Shall we make his hair slightly grayed? Or shall we go with a more youthful looking color? Yeah, there we go. We can say that. Or maybe that. So much to choose from. Okay, there. Happy medium. We're going to leave that all as is. In terms of the eye color, we'll leave that. We'll throw on some tattoos, I think. Make it nice and purple. Here we go. A little bit of a scarring on his face. We'll leave the gilts as they are. I'm happy with his body build. And because I'm a total nerd,
Oh, that is a lot. Oh, if only my Nana could see this. Khazad-dûm. The mountain smiles. What? You're...
there we go. Let's go with that one. And perhaps we shall come from the Blue Mountains. Ah, no, we'll go from the Lonely Mountain. And what name shall we give this guy? Why is naming a character always probably the hardest part of any game? Huh. Um, her. I honestly haven't. Maybe we just keep going until we get one. There we go. Perfection. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and create a world. Yeah, we're gonna play the campaign, and as you can see again, plenty of worlds played before. We'll play offline. So once we get in, I am gonna change some of the world settings,
Dwarves from every clan have answered your call,
but we'll see that now.
the king under the mountain's objection. Lord Gimli, Erebor will not support entering the Black Pit.
If the king wants to stop us, he can come himself.
Every attempt you've made has failed. This is a sign.
No signs or kings are going to stop us. This is the time to reclaim Khazad-dûm. Today, we get into that mountain. Any luck?
Nah, won't budge. Did you try speaking friend?
Now, why didn't I think of that before? You did your best. On to plan B.
Ah, finally.
Plan B? Is that blasting fire?
I'd stand back if I were you.
This is madness! Gimli, you can't! We have to wait for Durin!
Durin's not here. We have to do this ourselves. Maybe this will wake him up. Limin Barak. Limin Tagaz. Khazad-dûm.
Oh, no! Lord Gimli! This is another sign!
Oh, hammer tongues. It's the fourth age. Nothing is going to stop us.
You heard Lord Gimli. Let's go. Pack it in. Yes, nice and tight. Come on, help him out.
Huh. That was my first reaction. Right then. So like I said, we are going to change some of the settings. You're more than welcome to have a look here and follow along if you want. We're going to set combat difficulty to high. Oh, sorry, my voice there. Enemy aggression to high. Survival difficulty we'll leave on default. Mining will switch to high. World drops to high. Horde frequency also to high. Siege to high. Patrol frequency to high. So not quite the hardest difficulty, particularly around the mining and world drops, but it'll be more than enough challenge. And the reason why I like to have the mining drops and all such things quite high is because I enjoy the building aspect of this game. So I will probably, as we go along, perhaps to the end, look to rebuild parts of Moria as we kind of go along. But we'll see how that goes. First off, let's get ourselves a decent light source. There's my mouse, found it. There we go. All good. We have ourselves a torch, lads. I'm going to shove that into my bag there so it doesn't take up space. And also, you guys will probably notice as we go along, I'm a little bit of a hoarder. I like to have all the things, so I will often just run around and pick shit up, even if I do not necessarily have a need for it right that instant. Oh yes, grumble, grumble, grumble. Sorry, I have all of the dogs in the room with me now as I'm recording, so I do apologize if you hear noises in the background. I promise it's not my stomach or the voices in my head, it is just my dogs. Huzzah! Oh, we should probably collect that stuff. And all the shrooms. Give me all the shrooms. Whee! Aha! I wonder how many people walk right past that. Genuinely would be quite curious. So if you guys want to learn Dwarvish, this is a great opportunity to do that, as this dwarf will favor Khazad-dûm speech over normal speech or common tongue. Hi, Raven.
Are you from our camp?
Thank the winds. I am Arak, son of Arak. Yours is the only friendly face here.
What has happened to the rest of camp?
I cannot tell. A curse. Ill curse. It blocks me.
Could
you help search for a way out? And for any other survivors?
I will search. You go east, see what you can find. I will fly to you when I can.
Cool. So that is our next objective. We are to push on forward and search for any other survivors. Let us go ahead and eat a mushroom so we can get rid of the tutorial. Khazad. Now, I will also try and keep the commentary relatively to a minimum. Partially by intent, partially just because I like to focus in this game. So, yeah, if I go quiet, I do apologize if you are here for commentary, but also I think it does just add to the game because you really do get to hear the ambience and the beautiful sound work of this game in all of its glory. Because it really is just very, very well done, and yeah, it's a really awesome game.
Kahalir shad mi damat hakib ekam azanu. Sim atbari kahaliru.
Interesting. I actually never have really fully read that particular passage, so it's quite interesting that the dwarf hypothesizes as to why there may or may not be a pile of dead orcs right by the door. And it's an interesting question, I think, because also if you know what the story is, you kind of understand why that is the case. But it does add a good level of intrigue because why, even knowing what you know, why were they here? Like, why were they this high up? Because orcs do not like to come all the way up to the main gate. Oh, Fury Abak. The Fellowship was here. I found a wee set of Shire-made travel plates and forks. This must have been left behind by one of Lord Gimli's hobbit companions, perhaps while resting after the Watcher trapped them inside Moria. I must be on the same path Gandalf and Gimli led them. Very good omen. They made it out. So can we. Very good.
Track 'em down.
Will you kill him for your boss?
Not yet, fool! Town needs to prepare. Then we feast on dwarf flesh. Wait for my signal.
Sorry, I'm just admiring the flag out over
Over
yonder.
there. What is that?
Yeah. It's just occurred to me as to why there are so many scattered remains. Particularly of the dwarves. Let me turn the sound up so you guys can hear it just a little bit better. Anything behind the waterfall this time? No. I always check. Even though I generally can guess what the answer may be, I always end up checking. Well, that was super slow.
Arek, what news?
There's no way west. No way out.
I did not think we would see shadow-cursed ruins in Moria. Our path, then, must go east.
Long journey. You must prepare. Up here, at that old Dwarven camp.
You are right. It is time to find shelter before making our way further.
I will scout ahead. Stay alive.
With luck, we will exit the Dimril Gate. For now, we must face the long dark of Moria.
Huzzah! Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We got some meat, so we should be good there. We will need a little bit more. Speaking of which, come here, mouse. Huzzah! Woo! And we got another thing in there. We'll hold on to that for now. Let us first have a look around. Before we go up into that camp, I want to do just a... Mind you, I don't think I have all that much of a choice. Oh, let's grab some of this here rock. And I believe this to be iron ore. Yeah.
I ne'er beheld my Khazad-dûm, but know my home will read me there. The gates will part like open arms, entrusting me with jewels rare. Below the mountains three and tall lie hill and halls that stand apart. I've ne'er beheld my Khazad-dûm, but know the road I'll take by heart.
Oh, now dig!
Oh, come on, it's right there. Yeah. Nope. Hang on. Oh, come on, it's right here. Hey! Nay! There we go. Now we got it. Yeah, apologies. I was texting while mining. But we are back now. Right. And I think that'll fill up our inventory, so there's no real point pushing forward. Let us go up top here and set up or investigate this outpost. Let's crop up some of these rocks here. And I think we will fix the doorway here. So let's use the destroyed rubble here, or the rubble rather, to fix ourselves a camp. And then I think once the camp is sorted, we'll finish up maybe exploring a little bit around here, and then we can see where we're at from there. Okay, let us first slap down a bedroll and claim it. So that is done. And slap in on some iron. Oh, there's a chest here. Okay, cool. That's there. I do just want to place down one chest and use it as kind of like an inventory clearing thing. Just because it doesn't really benefit me walking around with all this crap. We'll keep this Musnakan thing. I believe the item it is used for is close by. So let us have a look there. Okay, cool. So we want to rebuild here. Oh, I'm starving. That's fine. It'll buff up. Gonna put down 2 windows and I think then a door. There we go. Safe and sound. Let us slap on some lekker patkos, some lekker food. There we go. We've got some mushrooms going. We're gonna keep those there. I think the next thing that I will want to build is probably something to fix my tools with. Yeah, I know you're taking damage. What were they searching for, I wonder? Ta-da! We have eaten food. Cool. So we just need to craft some iron. And I think the first thing I'm going to do, actually, is make a repair smithy to fix up our stuff. But then what we'll do is we'll rebuild the forge. Because we can, I believe we can craft a key from here. And then we can craft a key, get into the chest, and then we can have a look around there. Ooh, some good stuff. We're going to keep the lembas on hand. We'll dump the coal. Cool. We are kind of looking up. We will need a lot more iron to do what I would like to do. So what we'll do, I think, is we are going to go and search for firstly some coal and then a lot more iron. And possibly try and get some meat, maybe.
Mandorino zima. Neha zil askifia dogo.
Come on, no! Ow. There we go. Okay, I can't see Diddley Squad. There we go. Get some cloth scraps while we're here. There is probably stuff up there, but I'm gonna leave it for now. Ah, perfect. Some coal. So, yeah, coal's fairly self-explanatory. We need it for fuel. So it's always good to have quite a bit on hand. Bugger. Hang on, I'm coming back. Ah. Oh no. Yeah, I think until we've got some decent weapons, I'm gonna try and avoid combat as much as what I can. Because, yeah, the improvised axe is woefully inadequate. Let's say that. Can actually take that, because then we can do this. Because I believe, yeah, there's a pallet here, so we can just dump that like that. And we'll use the pram now. We'll keep the lembas for an emergency. Oh, they're on the way back. I'm leaving. Swift Abak. Alright, not too bad. Okay. So we need to search this area. But I'm thinking we're gonna look for more iron first. Much rather take this a little bit slower and really spend time getting stuff that is going to help in the long run versus trying to speedrun this, missing stuff. Really do want to not take too long, obviously, because then it becomes boring for you guys, but definitely do want to take my time with this, not to rush it, and just really create something that's going to be both relaxing and engaging for you guys to enjoy. So that is the wall. We want to go this way. Keep going, and there we go. We can see the start of it, so let's go a little bit around. Sorry, I'm busy mining little tunnels up for the iron ore so that we can get on top of it. Because I find it's quite a bit... Ew, shite. It's quite a bit easier to mine the iron, or any ore actually, when you are mining from the top down. So it does make life just a little bit easier.
The floors will rise to meet my boots and drum my feet through ancient halls where rooted veins of mithril true like banners hung will line the walls. Below the mountains 3 and tall lie pillared halls that stand apart. I've ne'er beheld my Khazad-dûm, but know the road I'll take by heart. Ha!
Shit.
Back to work.
Back to work indeed. Only if I can see though. It's a little bit difficult to work when you can't see. Sorry, I just popped the 2 abaks in order to free up some inventory. Okay. So that hall was mostly stone, but that's okay. Because we also did get a full stack of iron +1. So we should have more than enough now to build the necessary components and kit. So we're going to quickly rush back and sort that out. If you guys have enjoyed this so far, please do consider leaving a like. And if you enjoy the overall friendly atmosphere and calm and stuff, or just enjoy nerdy things and you want to get involved and enjoy it, leave a subscribe because it does cost nothing and it will help you stay on the loop with stuff that I post. I will need to work on that little line, but we'll get there eventually, I'm sure. Okay, so we've now got enough for a repair smithy. So we're going to stick that over here. Huzzah. Now we can fix our kit. And what is our energy still okay? So I reckon we can go back for one more haul of that precious iron before we really have to tuck in and call it a day. I do like that the world, so like the campaigns are generally quite similar in sense that obviously you're prompted by the same things and such, but they're also incredibly different because they use random generation for a good part of the game. So there are definitely things that stay the same, but there are also plenty things that do change. So just offhand, I can tell you now that this starting area is different to at least 3 of the other present 4 campaigns that I'm running. So it's quite nice because it's a little bit refreshing to have that change each time. And in the sandbox mode is just they let that auto gen go completely, absolutely, and unfathomably off the rails. So you have some seriously nutty starting areas when you play the sandbox. But it's great fun. I really do highly recommend this game to anybody who is into either Lord of the Rings or even if you're not, just into survival games. It's quite a bit of fun. It can support up to, I think it's 8 players on one little peer-to-peer connection server, and it's, like I said, it's plenty fun. The dwarves sing. There are very many enemies for you to face, and there's plenty to do in Moria. So I really would highly recommend it. It's quite a fun little game, and I've roped most of my friends into playing it, and they all quite enjoy it. And we have different tastes in game, as about similar as chalk and cheese. So all is well in Moria. And if Moria is actually the wrong name to be calling it, because Moria means the Black Pit, and it's a holdover name from when the first orcs kind of began to encroach upon Khazad-dûm. And I will call it Moria for the time being, but it's a holdover name from when the Balrog was awoken and Durin was slain and King Nain and all of these other figures that are very key figures in the Dwarven lineage. And it's quite sad because it's kind of just become synonymous within the franchise that Khazad-dûm is just, it's Moria, right? Like that's the common tongue name, but it's really not. It's the translation of the Elvish, what is the Elvish name, and the translation is the Black Pit, which Gimli makes reference to, I think, in one of the movies as well as the books. So, yeah, kind of sad, but I suppose it's inevitable when something gets called one thing for so long that it eventually becomes what that thing is known. But anyway, I'm going on a rant here. I will probably occasionally drop tidbits like that or go on whole rants. So if that's not your cup of tea, I do apologize. But unfortunately, that is just how I am. I love Lord of the Rings. I'm very nerdy about it. As you guys could probably guess already. So yeah. What's our... Okay, we're pretty full up. So we'll wrap up here. This little level. Whoopsie. There we go. Grand. And we'll knock that rock there. Can you not attack? Is that an option? How about no? I don't give my consent to be. I nearly said something that could very well be warped, so I'm not going to. But I do not give my consent to be consumed. Great, so we have quite a bit of iron now. We should have more than enough to make the necessary tools to progress. So let us do that after we have repaired here. What do you mean get them? You're not here to fight me, are you? I should probably turn my torch off here. Alright, let's put some more ingots on to cook. And there we go, full up. And our dwarf is tired now, so we are going to get a little bit of a penalty to our mobility and such. But it's not going to make that much of a difference at this present moment. So we should be okay. I think I don't usually build the iron stuff, but I think I'll make an exception this particular playthrough, and we'll sort that out. But I think that is also a good place to leave it off before we proceed on to the gate of Durin's Highway and possibly find more things within the long dark of Khazad-dûm. I'm going to bid you all a very fond farewell until our next meeting, friends. Please look after yourselves and have fun. Take care now, and goodbye.